Hello, and welcome back to the Osimania 7K World Cup 2026 Finals Week. Here comes a matchup that everyone thought is pretty much inevitable when they saw the results from the qualifiers, when everyone saw how the bracket looked like. This is a matchup between the the perennial world champion South Korea against the 2023 world champions the Philippines. And arguably, both of these teams are carrying some of their strongest ever rosters in MWC 7K. Well, this is Sergio85, and alongside with me in the commentary booth, Mashed Potato.
Hello. I am so excited for this matchup. You said it before, South Korea, well, the Titans of 7K, they have bled before. They have lost twice, if I remember correctly, in like the past 10 years in the grand finals for our history. One is to China in 2016, if I remember correctly, and the most recent one, 2023, to Philippines. So yeah, this is what the team that can do some damage potentially to South Korea. But I would like to say South Korea is currently on a heater. They're on a 30 points winning streak, not even a match win streak.
Yeah.
They have not dropped a single point since the 2025 finals against China. So that was a whole year ago. So this is going to be quite an uphill battle, seeing South Korea's lineup. This, you said before, this is probably one of the strongest lineup we've seen South Korea bring up. But on the other hand, the Philippines bring in Boji. I think this is at least their second time in the 7K World Cup, or like first time we've seen them since 2023. So yeah, this is quite exciting stuff to see for the Philippines team.
Well, both of these teams are so well constructed. Like, everyone can play LN, everyone can play Rice, everyone here can do basically everything with the map holders through.
Yeah.
Whatever the map holders threw into their hands, really.
Yeah, I do agree. So I think when you look at the matches in the losers bracket that happened recently, yesterday actually, you got the dynamics of Rice versus Longnote. I think that's gonna be that in here, but much less considering that these two teams are so well rounded. I think like the picks and bans are gonna be quite over the place. It's just depending on which specific pattern that the players favor more on any of these teams. It can just be coming down to that.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty much a mixed bag. Like, I don't think we're in a good position really to predict what the strategies are going to be at the very least, because anything really goes here. South Korea could do a full noodle match against the Philippines. The Philippines could also do the same against their opponents. Both of these teams could also do a full rice match. That's like the most interesting dynamic here against between these two teams. Really, it's just a matter of who's really in form going into tonight's match. It is 7:03 in South Korea, 6:03 in the Philippines in the evening. So gonna be a very fun night, indeed. We're just waiting for everyone to settle down into the multiplayer rooms. That's why we're taking a little bit to shift to that.
Yeah, it looks like everyone has been switched into the server already, so no missing faces. So yeah, they are going into this with a full lineup for both of these countries. No one's missing, and hopefully we're gonna be seeing them at their A games. The fingers must be hot, just to play any of these charts.
Indeed, I think the matter here really is if you're into like if you've been following these players closely, or at least to a certain level, there are times where some of these players prefer to actually sight read the charts during the match itself. There are players like that, especially in these two teams. But it really depends now, like who could put out scores on command, really.
Yeah, but we got the map push on here already, and just look at all of these maps here. I mean, got so many just the dons of rhythm game producer. I mean, you just look at the bottom of the screen. You got like category, Camellia, and of course the Kobayo Osu original, of course. So yeah, the map poolers, the song selectors are not holding back when it comes to the finals either, and we hope to see that South Korea and Philippines today are going to just pop off and show some absolute top tier scores today.
Another one like there's like a chart here that I hope that will get played at some point, not because of like the patterning and all. It's just I really like the song. It's a Peach Pit and Cyanide from last year's OSO World Cup.
Yeah, I like that as well. This is I forgot to point out you got that as another like famous song within or famous producer within the community and also outside as well. So I do hope that that doesn't get banned. To be honest, I'm not sure what I'm really not sure what Philippines or South Korea is going to ban here. I'm really unsure. Maybe South Korea could be banning some of the more straightforward rice. That's like Philippines' definitely strongest point because you got Boji who is so consistent on like the rice 2 and rice 3 and rice 4. So I think that's potentially one of the banned area for South Korea. Philippines, I'm really not sure. Not sure where they're protecting, where they're banning. Probably on the long notes or X's.
You'd expect the Philippines actually banning some of the more super physical picks really in this pool at least. I did manage to speak with one of the players and honestly from their tone, it's like they are not sure really how this one is gonna go.
Yeah, but
if that isn't enough of a clue of how tense this matchup is going to be, I don't know what else would be.
Yeah, I saw there's like a couple of head-to-head matchups as well, and for based on last weekend, and Philippines does beat out South Korea in I think 2 picks. Of course, South Korea does beat out is the majority winner when it comes to head-to-head in the semifinals scoring, but Philippines definitely have a few avenues here, and we're going to be seeing Rice 4 being protected from Philippines.
Pretty expected protect, I'd say. They do have a really strong core jack team. And here Dresser is protecting Hybrid 3.
I do like it. I think out of all the maps, this is the most physical pick in terms of the stamina.
And wait, that's EX3, okay.
EX3. Yeah,
I got confused by a little bit because like both Hybrid 3 and EX3 are Camellia songs.
Yeah, they're both. Yeah,
there we go.
Just back to back. Yeah, EX3. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense as well. I think South Korea, when it comes, their strongest point is just their scaling. This team is just so good at just getting late into like the grand finals pool. Of course, Philippines, no easy team either when it comes to scaling. But South Korea just have the extra edge that allows them to play the grand finals pool, and I think the EX pool is basically stage 1, like 1+ stage of what we expect in the final stage.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's a good ban, by the way. That's a really good ban. They're getting Rice 3 out.
Yeah, the Rice 3. Rice 3 is one of the Philippines' strongest performance as well. They were top 2 last weekend in Rice 3, top 1 in Rice 2 as well. So as long as it's one of the Rice 2, Rice 3, I think that's okay. And yeah, they're picking maybe one that they're less comfortable in. Philippines, I think maybe one of the EXs, EX2 might be a potential avenue, or Hybrid 3.
Most likely, I don't see them. Actually, I might even say that LN3 being banned is also one of the avenues they could take. Maybe LN1, LN2. If we're talking about like the weird stuff, there's also I don't see them banning LN5 despite being the quote unquote mixed LN pick. It's a fairly easier pick compared to everything compared to the other Olympics, but okay, they're banning Hybrid 3.
Yeah, it's kind of off the picks that I'm I thought they would ban as well. It's a bit more technical, but I think it's just the overall abrasive nature of that pick, especially if you've seen kind of the previous matches, the ending of that is not to be messed with. So I think they may have a bit of an issue on the overall technical hybrid. So that's probably why they banned it. And now Philippines gets to pick first. So potentially maybe Rice 2 straight away. Could be the avenue here, or they want to. I think with Philippines protecting the Rice and South Korea banning the Rice, it's quite telegraphed now. The Philippines, their strategy is EX1, the Rice
There's
pool,
also that option, yes.
and Hybrid 2 if they're feeling a bit more adventurous.
I feel like going for the hybrids is early on. It's kind of actually now that I thought about it, it might be an okay move to take, but no. Okay, they're going for LN1.
Interesting pick. I was about to say I thought that was one of the potential bans of Philippines, considering last weekend LN1 South Korea did get a double full combo on this, so they must be really comfortable, and the Philippines must be very comfortable on LN1 because Han Jae-hoon's coming in, YZ's coming in. Those two players,
YJ and YZ, yep.
Yeah, these two players full comboed LN1 in the previous weekend. Philippines, I think they're behind. So South Korea outscored Philippines by 25,000 points. And they said they're picking this for Kura to warm up, otherwise known as Oji-san.
Yeah, kind of expected. Again, a lot of these players are known to, kind of become a little bit lackadaisical with how they treat themselves really as players. There are players who tend to thrive just being super relaxed, really. Like, trying to minimize as much pressure as they can.
Oh, this lobby is so insane. Like, in terms of the rankings in general, everyone here is they're just the top players when it comes to the global ranking. You said before, these are the best of the best, and here's the first map. Philippines' first pick is the LN releases. We saw there's a chance of an absolute pop-up performance. We saw in China before with Turks getting the FC 99.3. A carry performance in this sort of round is quite. It's quite expected here now. South Korea with a bit of a lead.
Okay, just something for you guys to look. The thing to watch in this particular matchup, especially in the noodles, is going to be the accuracy of these players. You see Han Ji-hoon with the highest one, Oji-san and Sunny around similar levels, YZ with a 99.2. Most likely, this pick is gonna be a super high combo pick for everyone here, so accuracy is just going to be the main factor, as what it is really for Osumania in general, but much more in charts like these.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the lower brackets, I think the combo is very important, but when you're getting to this sort of matchup, right, I think you're given that these four players are going to get super high combos. So, oh no, Sunny. First one to drop, but it's actually quite a clean drop. Still at the 99%, so still within reach of South Korea. And the patterns are getting harder and harder as well. And
Han Jae-hoon with a miss, dropping them by 0.07%, but Sunny also managed to trade that, dropping them to below 99%. Much below, since they're only below 98.9. And again, this is what I said, you're gonna be expecting some high act plays really, especially from South Korea here. Han Jae-hoon is just gonna be carrying that accuracy load here, and YZ is no slack as well. Oji-san also finding a miss of their own, and that's actually a really bad miss as well, considering Oji-san is the higher of the two Filipino accuracies here.
Yeah, and I think what the nature of LN1 release is that the misses here is actually not that damaging in terms of there's not a lot of like as soon as I said that, both Oji-san and Sadi picks up misses. This is the hardest part of the map. You can see the rows, the 1-6 rows here. It's really tripping up both of the players, but YZ is going to get the full combo.
Not a full combo, but a one dropped LN.
Oh, one drop? I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but there is an FC, and that comes from YZ. Also, my goodness, this is the first time I realized this is 4,999 combo ticks.
Yeah.
They did not make this 5,000.
It's kind of a bit
like I did not even realize from the showcase. Oh my goodness.
A bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, YZ with an insane score, but actually it's going to be Han Jae-hoon with the MVP with the 977k score. So despite FCing, they didn't get the MVP, but this is why LN1 is such a scary pick. Once again, South Korea topping the weekend with the LN1 performance. So yeah, I think LN2 is probably going to be avoided for Philippines. I feel like South Korea might actually just pick LN2. And no, they're picking EX1!
As I said,
yeah,
picks are not going to be straightforward.
It's not going to be straightforward.
Both of these teams can do anything they want.
Yeah, but potentially they could be try to target Oji-san, just not being fully warmed up potentially.
Yeah, South Korea is playing this to their advantage, which I really like how feisty they are with this strategy. They know Oji-san isn't warmed enough. So you know what, we're gonna play the hardest rice chart.
Yeah, just trying to squeeze that extra 10% that you're having advantage right now. So South Korea really trying to capitalize on that. And we're gonna be seeing Joseph coming in, as kind of expected, the late game Rice player right here. Well, late game player in general, not just the Rice player.
Yeah,
they dress up the Rice player.
Really strong player overall. I don't think you would even put Joseph in like a late game focus player.
Just a player.
Because they can do anything. They can do anything.
Yeah, they're just there, you know. They're just a player, and of course Boji coming in, an extremely well versed Rice player. Definitely.
By the way, can I mention the average rank of the players inside this multiplayer room right now is 1 digit, because all of these players are in the top 10 globally.
Yeah. Oh, I think YZ is like around 20-ish.
Well, but that doesn't count. YZ is basically 1 digit, 1 digit in spirit.
Yeah, 1 digit in spirit. Here we go though. This sort of picks is a bit more like. It's just a fast pick, and it's already at 230. That's already faster than most of the Rice picks. And you got the dense course street as well, with the 1-6 burst, that being at around 345 BPM. And yet all the players are just holding immense accuracy right now. 99.5 across the board, but Boji was the first to drop.
Very uncharacteristic mister coming from this core jack section there for Boji.
Oh.
And as well for Dresser, but again, look at the accuracies from everyone here. YZ and Dresser are carrying like 99.7% accuracy and average here.
Yep, and here we go. It's another section, another dense coach street section coming in at 230 BPM once again. And Boji missing on the burst. The 1-6 burst is really tripping them up. Joseph is gaining more accuracy as we're going through, trying to recover up to 99.7. Oji-san tried their best still with a full combo at 99.5, but Boji is struggling so much. Continue to pick up misses still at the 1-6 burst. And now we're about to head to the speed up.
Yeah, really rough section there for Boji. Kind of struggling to maintain their combo at some sorts. They were able to hit the 400 combo bonus cap a few times, but just wasn't able to maintain their momentum really. But they're now in recovery mode. But they have to be super careful because their BPM is gonna start ramping up in this section. And we're about to hit some of the fastest Mania 7K charting you'll ever find.
Yeah, this is we're entering the 280 region. Now that 1-6 burst is at 420 BPM. And just look at these patterns. Boji's first one to drop. Are we still going to see full combos for YZ and Oji-san? Jessup continue to pick up misses as well. It's the bottom player. YZ is missing. It's just Oji-san. But the scoring is still at 20,000.
Not warm, by the way.
Not warm, by the way. Oji-san still continue to get the full combo. What is Oji-san doing? You're not supposed to be getting a full combo on this. The dance 280 streams. Boji's missing.
Well, there's the drop. But that doesn't really matter. YZ also finding another drop as well. But I think this is pretty much it. This is South Korea's second point of the match, regardless of what happens.
Wow. I mean, just all across the board, extremely strong performance. YZ 982k with 200 single digit 200 on this map. Huh. Boji actually getting quite a good accuracy if you did look at like the 100s to 50s and the misses.
Yeah.
Like the 300 200 counts actually quite good, like comparable to the likes of Dresser and Oji-san as well. I think maybe Boji it's having some potential. Maybe it's a pattern specific thing.
That is a theory. Bursty patterns are actually really hard to do, especially at this speed, at this density.
Yeah,
it does happen even to the best players, really.
Yeah, I think it's not the actual hitting, but it's transitioning out of that or into it. Like you're so used to the kind of dance court streams, and then there's just a burst in between it. That's just going to mess your tempo and your flow as well, your flow state.
Okay, the Philippines is surprisingly picking their protect before we even hit the second ban phase, which is quite a distance away.
Yeah, but I think they want to stem the bleeding, don't they?
Indeed, but this isn't exact. Well, at least from the theory that we've been looking into is like you should try to preserve your protect as long as possible, really, because you just don't know what the second ban phase is gonna look like strategy-wise.
Yeah, now probably after this, the Rise 2 is actually going to be Rise 2 wasn't banned. So Rise 2 might be potentially banned off the board as well. And that's another avenue for Philippines as well that could have been picked. But I guess they just want to. I think this is more momentum based, I think, for these two teams is that once Philippines gets that point, I think they're quite comfortable with picking other picks as well. They just need that the momentum, the confidence to come in. So I think if they can win on this Rise 4, we can see a potential paradigm shift.
Maybe, but at the very least, this is possibly one of the best chances for the Philippines to end South Korea's scoring streak that has lasted since the finals weekend of last year's Mania 7K World Cup.
Yep, this is the best chance. We saw South Korea can have potential misses. They're not invincible when it comes to this. Of course, they did have a double full combo last weekend, but this picks is more on stamina base, if I remember correctly. You got a lot of triple jacks and a few more like 5 and 4 note chords coming in as well, and it's just so consistent throughout the next 3 minutes. So I think the first half of the map, I think we're gonna be seeing some high accuracy, but as I said, that Boji was the first to miss. But I think it's okay. It's only at the beginning, and I think we're gonna be seeing a lot more misses at the end of the map once the players are a bit more tired.
Most likely, we'll see once the start enters its densest section. But Oji-san finding a drop as well is not exactly the best sign here for Team Philippines.
Yeah, the misses are clean, but they are still misses.
Oh my gosh,
what are these accuracies?
But this is still recoverable, at least for Team Philippines right here.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be a really tough ask though, because look at their opponents, like 99.91, 99.81.
Yeah, but actually the accuracy on Philippines is actually averaging.
It's increasing right now. It's increasing, but it's still below South Korea's average right now. And not to mention they have now a one miss advantage.
One miss advantage
with YZ dropping there. Yeah, they need Galkai. They need Galkai to drop somewhere, and really badly, I'd say.
No, they just need a few more drops from YZ as well. Oji-san does drop, but again, really clean misses across the board. Everyone's still above 99.7. This is where potentially the stamina issue coming in. Oji-san maybe not too warm up still. They might pick up a bit more
There's
misses.
another miss from Boji. Kalkai trades, but trades favor the team in the lead, and that's South Korea right now. That's another miss coming from Kalkai. Hold up a little bit because the score difference is decreasing. The score difference. Is there enough time though? Oh, there's another one. There might be enough time. There might be enough time. It's almost getting blue. It's almost getting blue. Oji-san and Boji need to hold on to the combos. They just need to hold on for a few more seconds. Just a few more. Kalkai with a miss, and I think that's it. The Philippines will score against South Korea in this matchup, and the scoring streak has finally ended. The scoring streak has finally ended for South Korea.
32 points in a row for South Korea, and that has been ended by Philippines in the finals. For South Korea bleeding for once, and actually, Boji, what is that ratio, Boji? 76.
Yeah. Wait, let me do a total here. 84 misses.
84 misses. That's quite good. Yeah, I think we see why they protected this, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That ratio is absolutely insane. And they definitely banked on the stamina. Kalkai there with an absolute collapse at the end, and maybe they're just having a bit of an issue with stamina at the end. But now, Pandora's box is open. Philippines definitely now they're feeling a bit more confident coming into the next couple of picks as well.
But they gotta find a way to play LNs though, with a more proper form, I'd say. Because I feel like South Korea is gonna be opting to do one of those, maybe EX2 most likely.
Yeah, probably EX2 is the way to go.
Ooh, okay. They're going hybrid 1. Actually, a good one. A really good one. The more LN heavy hybrid between between the two remaining ones.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see who's gonna be playing for Philippines. Is it going to be Boji?
I assume this is gonna be Oji-san and Oji-san Boji.
Oji-san is gonna be stuck on there, but is it going to be?
Most likely, like I feel like Sunny is gonna come in mostly for the pure LN picks, really. Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, of course, Sunny can definitely they're not skill capped. From your analysis here, they're definitely not skill capped. So a bit of rice won't hurt Sunny at all.
A bit of rice is gotta put some rice in your noodles. Definitely carbs on carbs.
Yeah, carbs on carbs.
Meanwhile, South Korea going for Han Jae-hyun and YZ, their same duo from the previous LN hybrid pick.
Yeah. The double full combo on LN1. Potentially maybe see another double full combo on here. I think in terms of odds, it's quite even, to be fair. It's just because of that, a bit of rice here could trip any of the players. So I do expect Oji-san and YZ to absolutely crush this. I'm more interested on the second player. Han Jae-hyun probably going to do quite well as well.
Han Jae-hyun is a really, really strong player.
Oh,
we'll just have to say that. Sunny with an unfortunate drop at the very beginning, make that 2. YZ trades one of them. So this might actually look more of a Han Jae-hyun versus Oji-san 1v1. And then you have YZ and Sunny here for the other one. Gonna be a dynamic that you'll have to look into closely as South Korea maintains the lead with their accuracy advantage.
Yeah, it's the top row 1v1 against bottom row 1v1, and it's the bottom row 1v1 that's making the difference right now. Sunny holding the combo. They did have a couple of misses at the beginning, but the accuracy difference is just too big right now between these two players. But that score, it's already at around 4,000, so definitely still within kind of a couple of misses from Han Jae-hyun or YZ. But that needs to happen.
I think now South Korea is pretty much settling with this 5,000, 6,000 point lead for the meantime. It will continue to increase though if Sunny doesn't pick up the accuracy game. I saw a 200 right there a few moments ago, and that will increase the lead just a little bit here for South Korea.
Yeah, I think if this continues to go that's a miss of Sunny. But it's traded by Han
Jae-hyun.
That's a big miss of Han Jae-hyun. They were at 99.7 or near there, and now they dropped to 0.53. Now Oji-san, the only full combo, could potentially run away with this. hoping that Sunny can hold as much combo as possible.
Indeed, maybe hope for a miss or two more from their opponents right now. But this is a manageable score difference here for Team Philippines. But they have to be super careful. They have to pick up the pace though.
Yeah, they definitely
South
have
Korea.
to.
South Korea, so far so good though. They have been increasing the score gap for the past few seconds. We're almost at 8,000. And the miss coming from Sunny is just gonna help make that lead increase much faster. Here comes the stack section.
Yeah, it's the 1/3 jack sections with a couple of 1/6 layered in between as well. And it's gonna be even harder once the shield's gonna be introduced as well. But everyone's still doing quite well on this. I always get so nervous when I see this section and the following section as well. The shield is going to come in.
Andrew, full team reset! That's a full team reset from South Korea, but Sunny manages trade one, make that two, and the score lead is back to 11,000 points. It's as if the full team reset did not happen at all.
OG-san trying their best to go full throttle on this, but it's not enough. Sunny continues to bleed so much. This 1/3, this breakdown section has been brutal for Sunny right here. OG-san though, what are you doing?
Okay, can we not mention there's still a lot of this chart remaining?
And still a bit more. Here we are, the ending of the map. A few more 100 combos to go. Can OG-san do it for that extra cookie points? And OG-san did it.
On a sight read, as far like at least from his behavior right now, he is sight reading the entire pool. This is ridiculous. Okay.
Okay, uncle. Okay, OG-san. But still, though, it's the one-person show against a team performance. You can see
sight read is the best score confirmed.
Oh my god, 988k. I mean, absolutely beating out Han Ji-hoon and YZ, but you can see again the scores from South Korea are so concentrated. They're averaging 980k. So Sunny definitely that score from Sunny definitely cannot pull back. That's
it's really hard. It's really hard to get there. I mean, even the full team reset wasn't enough. All it did was increase the lead for South Korea.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, Philippines, I don't know what they're going to pick of the others. Oh, it's the band section now, so...
Okay. Wait, I think... Wait. As far as I know, the bands here are on the after the 6th pick.
Oh, 6th pick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's still 2 more picks. Sorry about that.
Yeah, 2 more picks.
So if that's the case, then the Philippines can still go with the Rise 2 on the board.
Most likely they're gonna go for that. And there you go.
There you go. Swap Sadi for Boji. They also, it's kind of been telegraphed as well. This is another one that can be easily won as well. Well, not easily, of course, but can be won.
Not easily. Not gonna be as easy as Rise 3. This is a bracket fest at 190 BPM, and not the dense brackets as well.
But the one thing Philippines can go into this knowing that they had the #1 score on this last weekend. Of course, South Korea did not play this, so we don't know how well they're gonna play.
But like historically though, especially with the duo that South Korea has right now, Dressurf and YZ, this arguably we're seeing 2 pairs with ridiculously strong chord streaming ability.
Yep.
This is really just like who can act 190 BPM super dense brackets.
I don't know, but last weekend Philippines put in a case of getting. So I remember last weekend Philippines got 997 and 992k. So they're definitely up for the challenge as well. We don't know how well South Korea can do. They can definitely score just as well, or if not even better. It's about the misses now. We're not going to be seeing double full combo on this sort of pick. And we saw on the Rice pick, everyone's struggling just a bit here and there. And I think we might see a repeat of this, as you said before, the 190 BPM chord streams. Dense chord stream. It is going to be brutal.
All but Oji-san with with no fail. I thought it was I thought this was mirror.
I mean, they're not gonna fail, right?
Surely. Like, it would be really weird if that happens.
That would be peak. But here we go. You can just see how dense it is already. Just 5-note chords coming in straight away, hitting at your face.
And South Korea right off the bat, double 99.9s. Why is he though? Finding a miss on those bursts?
Yeah,
that might be something. That might be something we'll have to look, because there are a few more of those burst sections really.
Yeah, we saw it just there of 1-6 burst. Just lay it right there just to get someone. No one's dripping up on it just yet right now, apart from YZ.
And there's Oji-san as well finding a burst, and that is a bigger drop.
And that's the worst place to drop us on, right before the break. That's where South Korea can make the most points difference as well. And now that's just 3,000 point lead for South Korea. By just accuracy alone, we see Philippines averaging around 99.7, but South Korea averaging at 99.85, a 0.25 percentage difference.
Now we're about to enter a stupidly dense section.
Yeah, this is where we might get more misses. We might see the score lead just swinging side to side. But so far, everyone's doing quite well.
Oh my god! No one's getting tripped up by the bursts now.
No way! No way they're full comboing this part, this ending. There's no way. What are they doing? What?
Oji-san's finding the only drop in this section.
What is this lobby? What
FC's with Desperate Bodley. Let's see the ratios. Very similar as well. Oh my gosh, YZ, that's a YZ. What is that 300 count?
Black flag from YZ right there. A singular miss. Yeah, that team score from South Korea is absolutely disgusting.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that is a double 990k plus. And that's a potential of what this could be this could have been a 995, 996 score for South Korea right there. Philippines, this team score from Philippines is, mind you, this team score is the second best by far. This 992, 979, like, you won't see any other team in the losers record that can score like this well.
By the way, I like how we're using stepping terms here on the 7K. Though technically speaking, it is a miss flag. Black flag is a 1-200.
So, 1-200, my bad. I thought black was one miss.
Yeah, but still, it's a flag.
It's a flag.
I feel like a miss flag hurts more than a black flag, personally speaking.
Oh yeah, for sure. So now, one more pick for South Korea. I'm not sure what they're going to pick actually. Maybe LN2?
They're going for LN3.
Oh, okay, so just one off. Yeah, just one number off. This is a good kind of pick to transition to. In terms of like the patterning-ish, they're both just like chord stream patterning. Anyway, one is more dense, the other one has long notes.
Okay,
so a bit more straightforward.
Okay, so according to the multiplayer chat, Sunny is actually playing with a fever. Get well soon.
Get well soon, at least. I've seen quite a few players have. I remember last time I casted Indonesia, I think there was one of the player that was forced to play with a fever as well. I think it was Onta Bekasi having a fever, but still was being forced to play in the lobby. And here we go. This is a bit more straightforward. This is a battle of, I guess, consistency in a way. Not to be mistaken with the consistency LN5 pick. It's kind of the same pattern throughout the map.
Well, by the way, for those I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna bring up like why play for sick, or why being forced to play being sick. Especially we've had a lot of those cases happen throughout the entire South African World Cup. Like, if the player is capable of doing so, as long as they're functioning enough, they're not gonna worsen their health by playing these funny charts. Then
Yeah.
in theory, it should be fine as long as they're not damaging themselves physically.
Yeah, and there's a potential super rare condition of the fever skill
Fever
boost.
skill boost. Yeah, it's a thing.
It
Anyways,
exists.
back to the match. We're still seeing 3 full combos
And
with yeah.
one basically full combo.
Make that
hold
two.
on. Make that two. Hold on. Now that Scooty is coming back, maybe not to Philippines, of course. But YZ though, YZ is just running away with a 99.7, a whole 0.2 ahead of everyone else. Because why not?
This is still a super manageable lead. South Korea cannot afford a single miss right now. That is if the Philippines, gets through this chart on the rest of this chart unscathed. And now here comes some of the more technical sections.
Yeah, as long as they could get through more technical sections. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! It's the heart.
Oh.
No, the heart.
Well, you can say that is a broken heart right there.
Oh no! Heart shattered across if you're a Philippines fan right now.
It's a worse place to. Well, YZ as well, but it's not as damaging as the last miss though.
Yeah, Sadi did have a much bigger drop, but still, a drop. It's a drop. Now we're heading to the final section of the map.
Now here comes this is a ridiculously dense section. Another miss coming from Sunny. Oh my gosh! Don't say we're seeing another full combo from the uncle himself.
Yeah, uncle in the name, but Unk still got it in him. Oji-san with a full combo, not MVP. That actually goes to
that goes to YZ. That's a boo flag. That's a 50. Missed a dropped LN.
A single drop LN. Yeah.
Imagine if that was a full combo. This is like a 9-9, like 9-8-7, 9-8-8.
Yeah, 9-7, 9-8-8-ish. Yeah, around there. That heart. Oh, so Sadie got a stutter as well. So not only they got all possible debuff. You got the sick debuff, and you got the
Valentine's Day debuff.
Yeah, the stutter debuff.
How appropriate! How appropriate for a match right after February 15.
Yeah. Worse, yeah, I think one more they can do one more debuff, maybe like a parent ganking debuff.
Okay, so let's see the bans here. South Korea with the first one in this phase, which I presume is gonna be Rice 1 or maybe even Rice 5.
Maybe Rice.
Maybe Rice 7 as well is also one. Rice 7 as well as a ban is also an option.
I guess Rice 7 is actually quite a bit the most straightforward of. Well, of course there's Rice 1, but Rice 1. I think there's been a lot of avoidance in Rice 1 as well. It's one of those picks that are unpicked and unbanned as well. So it's kind of just left the note there.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What's going on? Okay,
I am not gonna say why you're smiling so hard right now.
Okay, just okay.
I'll get this out of the way. Hanjihun kids si mo ana palihog ingon. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if I have a penny for there's a soccer ex-Philippines World Cup reference, I would have 2 pennies, which is not a lot, but the fact that I have 2 pennies is quite surprising. I was just referring to Biak as well from before playing in Philippines in OWC, but then moving to South Korea afterwards, or Hyok 2044. Okay. Yeah, so a Rice 6 ban from South Korea. Kind of expected. I mean, any of the Rice ban is expected. I guess this is quite the most challenging Rice 6 ban. The chat is going absolutely wild from what Hanji just said.
I know what it said. I know what it said, and I cannot. And unfortunately, I cannot say it out loud. And like, here's the funny thing: not all Filipinos could understand that because it's a different Philippine language. And I could understand that very well, and I cannot say it out loud on stream. If that's enough context, that's enough context.
That's enough context. Okay, so now let's see what Philippines is going to ban. But Cole Hanji-hoon Eric, because they do be charming the side of the enemy team.
Hanji-hoon, that's Bisaya, not Tagalog. Oh my god. Okay, so we're seeing LN5 being banned by the Philippines. That's a really good ban now.
Yeah, I thought it's gonna be EX2 to be honest. Considering EX2 is just LN5, but like much more difficult. But I guess I don't mind the difficulty. If that means that the other players in South Korea is going to struggle as well.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
okay,
now...
So, by the way,
first?
Okay, it's Philippines with Rice 5. Good one.
It's a good one to pick. I think we're still like... I think the casters are still reeling from what Han-Jun just said.
Okay. Let's get back to.
Let's get
back here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I like this pick, but again, like their opponents are super scary. I remember years ago. I remember years ago, like this Dresser YZ tandem. Like if this was years ago on a tech pick, we might see something really close. But both of these players have improved on their technical ability so much that they're super scary to face in a tech pick.
But I think this pick, out of the Rice pick, has the highest. Oh, of course, apart from the Rice 6 that's just got banned, this pick has a lot of missed potential as well, just because of how wacky the patterns are. At 220 BPM, you get the mini jacks, they're all over the place, and the patterns are just so weird. And so Philippines picking this, I think that's a bit of a if I'm going down, you're going down with me, and I do hope that you're going down further than I do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah, hopefully we get to see another pick from Philippines, another point for Philippines right here. It's very much within the possibility. Once again, Oji-san and Boji is going to be on the Rice lineup, the main Rice lineup for Philippines, and South Korea, Joseph and YZ, as expected once again.
Well, I feel like this lead is gonna be swinging throughout this entire chart, especially if no one misses right now.
Yeah, no one's missing right now.
We're practically tied.
Yeah, we're tied, but I'm very sure that there's gonna be a couple of sections that the players are just going to miss all over the place.
No one got faced by that mini bracket.
No way. There's no way everyone's still doing well on this. What's going on, guys?
I can't even tell who has the ACK advantage right now. Okay, here comes the... Oh no! Oh no! I was about to say everyone is holding on to those drills, but the section right after that's a full team lead from Team Philippines, and look at that lead immediately spiking to 5 digits.
Yeah, that's true.
We were at practically tied. We were practically tied just a few moments ago.
Yeah, that show just brought a 15,000 point lead over to South Korea by itself. And South Korea still, that's showing why they're the late game team. Just look at that double full combo. Joseph, lowest accuracy of the team, is out accuracying Boji. And that's not even talking about the elephant in the room right now. The YZ elephant right there, 99.7, still on a 990k pace. On this pick, on a technical pick. Why are you? Why?
They're not dropping in these bursts.
You're not dropping accuracy. How are you not dropping accuracy? You're gaining accuracy.
Okay, here comes some more of these wacky bursts. A short core jack section.
Oh,
And Ojisan finds with a draw, but I think that the point is moot here.
Yeah,
what a dominant display by South Korea on this pick.
Yeah, we're just kind of looking at South Korea at all right now. They're really showing why they are a team not to be messed with. As explained, the dynasty in South Korea. They may bleed once. Oh, hold on.
Easy with a drop.
That's
singular note. I think that's one of the cleanest drops you can ever make in this chart.
They're still probably gonna get 990k on this, even with the miss. Oh, never mind.
Okay, no 990k, but there is no 990k. But let's see the ratio here. 5-6. Boji not that far behind accuracy wise.
Yeah, but
it's just the miscount.
Yeah,
the miscount really.
Yeah, the miscount. I think both of these teams are really kind of like the dynamics in here. You see YZ and Boji kind of the more sharpshooter accuracy, while Joseph and Oji-san just trying to minimize that miss, the combo player-ish. Well, Oji-san getting less misses than Boji right here, so it's just that South Korea's score is just, their concentrated score is so much higher than Philippines.
Now it's South Korea's...
Yeah?
Yeah, what were you about to say?
I was about to say, South Korea is basically saying, I'm new, but I'm just better.
Yeah. So man, like, if I remember correctly, Dresser with 10-200s on that chart. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
like, how?
I wished I know, but if I know, I would have been playing already.
Okay, so it's South Korea's pick right now at match point, and Team Philippines is already saying, like, can you please pick EX3 for fun?
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to see Ellen too, to be fair, but you know.
I would have wanted to see Ellen too as well, because I like the song.
I like the song as well. But, you know, EX3, you can see South Korea trying to kind of showcase their physicality. It's the closest thing we get to a tiebreaker showcase.
Okay, so they are going for EX3. There we go. Your wishes are commands, says South Korea.
Yep, EX3 is going to be picked. Magical, very magical world. The Camellia song right there, mapped by Ruka. Difficulty, we mappers still alive in the big 2026.
And how magical indeed it is to have this magical chart made by a magical charter being played by 4 magical players from 2 magical countries. Yes.
You know, if Kalkai replaces YZ, you'll get rank 1, rank 2, rank 4, and rank 6 in the lobby.
Yeah.
But you know, YZ can be our rank 1 player as well in here, because YZ's performance already so far is just so good. I think they've been playing every single chart as well, and their performance is just not to be messed with.
Okay, let's see how this one goes. Oji-san will be side feeding as...
Of course.
Oh, wait, are they still to call a timeout? Most likely a restroom break, maybe? Who knows?
Yeah, maybe restroom break. Okay,
see.
Timeout's been accepted.
Okay, so while we're on a timeout, Yeah?
I would like to create a very crazy scenario, okay? So what's gonna happen from now is South Korea thinks they're gonna win. But then, here comes the Oji-san and Boji pop-up. Right? They're gonna get just a point from South Korea. And then they're gonna get another point. Sani would, you know, they reverse the debuff, the sick debuff. Instead, they turn it to a sick buff. Right? And Sani's just also absolutely pop off on the LM picks as well. And then they're just going to get picks, and then we're gonna get tiebreaker. Or, you know, one of the players from South Korea just disconnected, by the way, they cannot play. Like, why is he just couldn't play?
I feel like that part of the script is not that ideal, though.
Yeah, okay, maybe not the YZ part.
We kind of have to throw that page out of the throw that script, throw that page of the script away. We kind of want to keep this fair. So we kind of want to still keep this fair.
YZ can stay, but we're gonna see Philippines absolutely popping off. Sunny, turning their debuff, their stats debuff, into like 420 FPS buff, and then their sick debuff to their sick buff.
Yeah, it's not a debuff. Remember, it's a buff.
It's a buff. You cannot say debuff without the word buff. So it's gonna be a buff at some point. So yeah.
So it's not debuff like DE buff. It's THE buff. Okay. Yeah. We gotta clarify that.
Exactly. So all I'm saying is it's going to be 6-6. So put in your calendar 30 minutes from now because you're gonna be seeing tiebreakers. See you guys later.
Okay, so while we're trying to read the rest of the script of this match, you are watching the Osimania 7K World Cup 2026. This is Circuit 85 and Match Potato with the commentary booth. And while this break is still going on, gotta mention, actually I think they're about to start. Team support banners up OC Store, buy them, multiple banners. You can buy even the eliminated teams banners. You can buy multiple banners and all of that stuff as we enter a magical world.
Yeah, and the banners are just $2. You can just skip, one of your meal and get a banner for yourself. And the links is on the chat as well, so do check it out.
Okay, so here we go. 4 minutes and 2 seconds of pain.
And I call this the beginning of the script.
More like the beginning of the second half of the script.
Yeah, the second half of the director's script. Let's go. The 10-star map, by the way. I can't forget to point that out. In terms of star rating, this is the highest star rating we've seen on this pool, except for the tiebreaker. Boji is the first to drop, but considering there's 9,500 notes throughout this map, that miss is going to be inconsequential. And as you can see, Jessup traded. Oh,
that's a really bad drop.
Yeah,
not the ideal drops at all. Boji as well, messing up that somewhat of a ladder pattern.
Yeah, and YZ is the only person with a full combo after only 1,500 combos in. Again, the MVP, basically the MVP so far of this match. YZ is showing why they are just such a great player. Philippines and the South Philippines. Oh, I also say they have kind of regained their accuracy with Boji going to pick up misses. I think Boji coming in here as a physical player, but I think the Ellen's definitely missing them quite a lot right now.
And OG-san as well messing up their combo as well, but they're still above 99%, which is somewhat of a good sign. But considering what their opponents are putting out right now, 99.63, 99.5, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is South Korea showing why they are the physical team, and that's the last full combo gone from the whole lobby, traded by Boji, but it just doesn't matter. That scoring is 16,000 already, and for a map this long, with a map with that many notes, it's not gonna be mad so much if you get a miss or something along the line, because if you miss, the other team's just gonna trade it eventually as well. And Boji and OG-san just have a complete team reset. Jessup, highest combo on the board, 2,700. We got a bit of a break.
Just a little bit. We're halfway through the chart.
This team score is actually disgusting from South Korea already. We're potentially looking at a double 978k from both of these players, or even 980k if the accuracy increases.
Boji dropping on this inverse section.
Yeah,
a little bit unfortunate.
I think,
like, I gotta say this, we're not even at the densest part of this chart, and this is already giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I think this is the South Korea most favorite pick of them all. As much as I like to ponder of the endless possibilities of a potential Philippines comeback, I have to be a bit realistic here. South Korea's strongest skill set is just how well they can scale into the late game. They're just showing it in full space right now. 99.45%. I think when it comes to the late game scaling, maybe there's one player from like one country that can play the late pools like decently. But you're not gonna have a whole team of players that can play the late pools, like at the best level.
Well, that's just the thing. Like, there's a reason why South Korea is always the favorite to win the 7K World Cup. You're seeing it right now. A full team reset from Team Philippines. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like this is just a being super tired already.
Yeah, it's already. Yeah, that score lead. I think that's the biggest score lead we've seen so far. GG will
Super
play.
dominant.
Yeah.
How can you maintain 99.4 on this?
I don't know either, but that is going to be a double 975k. 1.952 million team score from South Korea. Absolutely showing why they are the team to beat right here. The gap between the Seed 1 and Seed 2 teams are absolutely massive. And they're going to banish the Philippines into the losers bracket.
Both teams are still assured of a position in the podium by virtue of being in this matchup, but the fates are going to be very different. Team South Korea is going to be advancing to the winners bracket, to the actual grand finals outright with a twice to beat advantage. Whoever, like, if they get defeated on the first match, then you have to beat them again.
Yeah, I mean, how?
Yeah.
How? Yeah, we were celebrating the fact that they got a map point against
Yeah.
South Korea. Now you're saying we have to get 14 map points against South Korea to beat them?
Yeah. And you know,
No, that's quite easy to be honest.
The simplest job in the world. You just gotta outscore YZ, Dresser, Fanchiyun, and Kalkai.
Yeah,
You know, just outscore them.
Yeah, the funny thing is that I think Kalkai will play one map in this match, and they're the number one global player in 7K.
That's so, putting it that way makes it sound way too ominous, I'd say.
It's so obvious. I think they might be potentially sandbagging with Kalkai not playing as much as them, but yeah, South Korea, as expected, to be honest, based on the odds prior to this match and the prior analysis, South Korea looking like they're the dominant team. Even before like the qualifiers and stuff, we kind of look at this lineups like they're here to win, and they're here to show right here. Guaranteed top 2, but I think they're looking for the number 1 right there. But
Yeah.
Philippines, they at least being in this match, they're guaranteed a podium, so they have the badge, but they have to face either the winner of Japan or Indonesia, which is actually happening in an hour from now.
Yeah, that is a matchup that is, man, like,
Oh.
okay,
Hold on.
we just got a notification from behind the curtain that we might be seeing a tiebreaker showcase between these two teams.
Okay, I think we get a sure. We'll have to wait. Okay, we might be getting a tiebreaker. If that's the case, I'm down for it.
Like, this is unprecedented, by the way. We usually don't get these kinds of approvals.
Yeah, I saw this question. Okay, I have this question while we're waiting, right? We saw in 2019, right? We got the legendary lineup of, I think it was and then keyboard. I don't know the fourth player.
And
Then you got
keyboard,
Wonder
yeah.
and Jackhats. You got that
Okay.
lineup. And,
Hey, okay.
and then you got this lineup.
Yeah. Okay. At least internally, this is what I've heard. This 2026 team is most likely gonna be winning a matchup against that 2019 team at their skill levels.
I think I do agree with you as well. I think sure, Wonder and Jackass at that point they are like the goats and whatnot, but I think the skill level relative, I think in 2019 the other countries, of course China still have a main force, but I think like the skill level back then wasn't as high. Now, like you saw Philippines, so you got Oji-san, Boji, and then you got other countries like Indonesia, Japan as well. Their skill level are much higher as well.
Okay, so indeed we are getting the approval here. We're seeing a tiebreaker showcase between the number 1 and the number 2 seeds. The finals tiebreaker, by the way.
Finals time. Also, I kind of want to add in on the debate. So I think also the third and fourth player of South Korea I mean, the whole team of South Korea is just so strong, right? You got Han Jae-hoon, Jetson, Kangpei, and then YZ, not even the single-digit player, but playing as a single-digit player.
Wait, no, okay. Like the funny thing is, like, no one counts YZ as a double-digit player. Like the rank is like if you're like YZ's rank is like the understatement of a lifetime.
You know what? You made it well. When you're ranked 20 and you're basically considered a D ranker.
Yeah, like, it's so funny. 2 digit, but you're a D ranker. Like how?
You made it this far. Now there's I was gonna say, is that gonna be
Okay. I just got pinged by Mifa on the chat. YZ is a 2 digit, but the other digit is a decimal. It's a 1.5. That's a good one. That's a good one. 2 digits, but one is a decimal.
I think so. So you're there rank 20, but actually their rank is 2.0, not rank 20. That's a decimal between the 2 and 0.
We see Audrey's and Boji, Odresser and YZ, basically the same teams that we've seen on EX3. Like, if the script was followed to the T by these actors, if the script was followed by these actors, this is what we would have seen.
Yeah, look at that. The score lead is still 2,000.
Yeah.
We got robbed of a potential cinema of a score lead right now. Still so close right now between both teams. And why is he missing? Hold on, that score lead going
by the way, Boji just let go.
I did not see that.
That's unfortunate. Okay, I'll have to mention this. I'll have to mention this. The star rating here is 10.35. EX3 is 10.11. But honestly speaking, this chart is underrated.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, it's a tiebreaker, right? But honestly, though, you're right on that. Like, I mean, I'm glad that we got to see an actual tiebreaker being played as well between China and Japan previously.
I feel like Boji just got got asked to do an errand or something mid-play. Okay, now they're back.
Yeah, I think that tends to happen as well. Like, I know there's we call it in parents ganking. They come to the room, they start asking you to do things, and they ask things for you.
I mean, to be fair, the match is done, so it doesn't really change anything. It's just so funny to see here on. Actually, the question here is if Boji could actually get this accuracy back to around 80% or 85%. There's enough time. There's enough time for at least 85%.
Yeah, the accuracy gain at 70% is much higher as well. So I think they can still get up to. I say 85% is the goal here.
Oh my gosh, OG-san just dropped on the break section after 4,000 combo ticks.
Jessup also dropped the combo, so now we're all eyes on YZ. Well, actually, OG-san with the best score right now on the lobby. So actually, if the script was through, this could have been an absolute cinema of a matchup. That's what I'm saying. The fact that OG-san's actually... I think it's just the fact that this
I have to emphasize, it's on the site. This is on the site read for OG-san.
Oh, of course. Yeah. OG-san is just really doing something right here. Yeah, I do think that if OG-san's continue playing at this level, we might see a really good performance in the grand finals. We will be promised a really good performance because Sani, once again, as I said before, they had a couple of issues, so they were not playing at their optimal performance. So this is not Philippines at their A game just yet, or like absolute A game.
I'm honestly excited for Grand Finals just for the very reason that all of these players tend to scale so well on pools harder than this.
Yeah.
Like for a lot of times like charts like these are their warm up.
Yeah. This is
not a push session. This is warm up tier for these players.
Yeah, I see it as well. I think that's just these are the players, the caliber you expect, right? It's one of those things that they eat these sort of charts for breakfast.
Okay, so Boji is about to hit 85%. So can they get this to 90% now? That would be really cool, especially after that very lengthy break.
We can only go up from here.
One could say it's a tactical rest.
I think that's the least tactical rest ever. You could rest before the map. Imagine like having a tactical rest after in the middle of the map. Okay, here we go. There's an original.
Here we go.
Right, this is an original from
CWC 2024.
Yeah.
It's their grand finals tiebreaker, if I am not mistaken.
This song, it's so tiebreaker like song like.
Or wait.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, I forgot what World Cup it was exactly. But wait, we had of Ambrosia, we had Catholic Glory, and then this, and then Eternity. Okay, so this was from 2024.
Okay. So the information is correct. Yeah, I've seen so many other game mode also uses this map as a tiebreaker as well.
Yeah.
Like this song is really good as like a tiebreaker standard song. And Moji dropping again! No!
Okay, I think they got called again.
No, Moji!
They got called again, I think.
Yeah, the one thing we can be at least a bit happy about, but this did not happen in the middle of the match.
Yeah.
Because you cannot reverse the decision this late into the map.
I hope that I hope this call is not because of slipper flying or something, and it's actually just an actual errand.
Yeah, I hope so as well. Yeah, the slipper debuff might be the worst debuff you could get as well.
Yeah, especially knowing the origins of these players. if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know indeed. But what we know right now is just look at the other free players. The Oji-san, Dress of YZ, as said before, the dons of the 7K scene. I think they got very, very similar score. I think around 970k, low 970k. This is an insane team score to get. Okay, yeah, 970k across the board from Oji-san, Joseph, and YZ. Actually, not too far off from Japan's team score. Yeah, from that match.
Though we kind of have to remember, this one is after the match. They might not be they might not be pushing as hard as they would be, I would say.
Okay, I say not far off, but it's still like it's a 45k difference.
It's still really big difference, and I feel like South Korea isn't even pushing.
Yeah,
they're just cruising through this chart.
They're like on autopilot playing this.
Yeah. Okay, Hajio. Now that's more appropriate. I love you, Filipino friends. There you go. That's the meaning of that.
That's really wholesome.
And then Arquin saying, we like you, Korean oppas. Oh, there you go.
That's
we love you, Korean oppas. There you go. Now that's more appropriate. Now I can finally say that on stream.
Yeah, it's so wholesome.
But still, considering the language that Han Ji-hyun used earlier, I feel like that's Oji-san who taught them that, because Oji-san also speaks that language. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Hey. Well, that could have been a potential reason why South Korea won. It's just that charm, that ultimate charm that was released by Han Ji-hyun.
They're really good. Well, anyways, before we go, we kind of have to do something, because we only have a few days left to do so. The Osumania 7K World Cup team support banners are up on the OC store. You only have until before Grand Finals weekend to buy a banner to decorate your profile. You can buy multiple banners as well. Multiple teams, doesn't matter. Your favorite player's country, doesn't matter. You can buy all of them. Even is the team eliminated? No, it doesn't even matter. You can buy their banners. If you happen to buy the winning team's banner, that banner will stay on your profile until the next edition of the 7K World Cup, as far as we know. Though what I cannot assure is if you bought multiple banners of that winning team, would all of them stay as well? That's something that's okay.
I think they do stay.
They do stay.
I do think they
Oh my
do
god.
stay. So yeah, I mean, if you have $1,000 staying around somewhere, you can buy 500 banners. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, someone did that. Someone did that, by the way.
I know. Someone did that, so that's all I'm saying. If you want to do it, I think you should. If you have $1,000 lying around, but with that, we have a match in 45 minutes. The last ticket to the podium finish. I think this match definitely the ones to watch. Japan versus
Yeah.
Indonesia, absolutely banger of a matchup. You cannot miss this. It's in
Both
45 minutes or so. So grab your dinner, grab your lunch, grab your breakfast, wherever you are, and come back in 40 minutes. There has been mashed potato and served you in the commentary booth. Signing out.
bye.